Hey, how y'all doing out there? I'm back with you with another video. Today I want to talk about the LGV60 in 2021. Is it still worth picking up? Now, of course, this phone was released on last year. This is a flagship device. It's unlocked for all your carriers. And, there's a lot of people out there that love LG. Now, I like LG. I can't say that I love LG, but I do like LG a lot. They make really good products, and I've had quite a few LG phones in the past. My favorite until the LGV60 was the LGG30. That was my favorite LG phone up until the LG60. Now, I didn't think LG would ever come out with a phone that would beat the LG V30 because I love that phone so much. It never gave me a day's trouble. It always ran fast, snappy, smooth, Quad HD display. The only thing that hurt that phone was that one downfiring mono speaker. It was absolutely terrible. But other than that, the rest of the phone was great. The cameras on that phone were phenomenal. Even the front-facing camera. I know some people out there are always dogging the front-facing camera, but everybody is different. What I think looks good to me may not look good to you. So we're all different. I'm not saying that the people are wrong for saying the front-facing camera is bad on that phone, but I just don't agree because it didn't take bad front-facing photos for me. It took great front-facing photos for me. Okay, and everything else about that camera was absolutely phenomenal, so I didn't have any issues with it. All right, so let me talk about this LG V60. Now, I bought this phone, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I have to say that I'm very impressed with this device. Now, of course, there's some things about it I don't like, but the things that I like far outweigh the things that I don't like. Okay, the first thing I love about this phone. Now, let me say this before I go any further. I did not get the dual screen. Now I know you can get it. Now it doesn't automatically come with it. You can, add it, or you could take the phone by itself. Now I didn't want the dual screen because it's just too big and bulky, and I know that I really wasn't going to use it. So for me, I just didn't, I just didn't desire it. Okay, I could still get it another time if I choose to, but I probably won't. All right. So just let me keep that in mind. So I do not have the dual screen case. Now I know that adds an extra layer of multitasking and flexibility and things like that to the phone, but I just wasn't interested in it. All right, so let's move on. Now, the thing you want to consider, why you want to consider picking up this phone now, the number one thing is the price. Like when this phone was first released, it was, I think it was either $900 or $1,000. So it was close to $1,000 when it was released. Now you could get it for $330 and $355 refurbished. And check this out. Brand new, you can get it for $434 and $444 on eBay. All these prices that I just told you about on eBay. So refurbished, $330, $355, and brand new, $434, $444. Now, if I was you, I would definitely get brand new because then you ain't got to worrying about how somebody used it or anything. You got it spanking brand new, batteries 100%, you good to go. Most of the phones I get are either an open box, which they basically, was the ones that you really used at all, or brand new. That's what I would do. So it's just up to you. But and of course they got pre-owned on there, open box, and so there's other ways you could purchase this device, but it is dirt cheap. It really is very, very cheap. So if you're interested, you can get it for a really, really good low price. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is the build quality and the design. So let me take this case off because I always use every phone with a case because I just feel a lot more comfortable with that. Now, the build quality on this is excellent. Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back. You got a little gold trimming around the sides. This phone is extremely comfortable to hold in the hand. I love the design. It looks like the S10 Plus and the S10 series when it came out a couple years ago. It has that design. I love the design because the camera is not poking out, huge. And I do like the fact that it's centered. So I like this design a lot. I love this color, and it just feels so premium. It feels so good and comfortable in your hand. It's not really slippery, but like I said, it's glass back, so you do want to use a case on it because you don't want to shatter it if you drop it on a hard surface. So I love the build quality and the design. Now, the always on display, of course, you can see the always on display. To me, this is the second best always on display to Samsung. Samsung make the best. LG is right behind them with the second. So I love the always on display a lot. Now, I also love the size and the width of this device. I mean, it's tall, it's wide, and I like big devices. Now, if you don't like big, tall, somewhat heavy devices, then you might not be interested in this device because it is a big device. It's not nothing small. Okay, for most people, unless you have large hands, it's gonna be a two-handed device. But I mean, if you're the type of person that's really heavily into media, looking at media on your phone, then you're gonna love the media experience on this device. You're gonna love it. Okay. All right. Next thing, of course, you got that display. So you got this 6.8-inch 1080p Full HD plus POLED display. Okay. Now, the thing for me that's missing from this display, of course, and it also has HDR10 plus. I just wish it had a higher refresh rate, at least 90, but it doesn't. So it is what it is, and it's not Quad HD. Now, I know I was in the comments with someone, they was giving me a reason as to why LG didn't put Quad HD on here because of the dual screen, and that's 1080p, and they wanted it to match the screen on this, wanted both to be 1080p. But what about the people that don't want the dual screen? So I should at least have the option. If I don't want the dual screen, this phone is still capable of giving me Quad HD resolution, which would be really nice. And if I decide to use the dual screen case, just have it where I have to use it at the 1080p resolution only. So that problem could have been solved. This still should have been had an option for Quad HD, honestly. Now, of course, you're going to get better battery life at 1080p, but it would have been nice to have the option. And also, the thing that hurts this display for me is that notch there and these thick bezels around the sides of the device. I don't like how thick they are. They should have been a lot thinner, especially for a device, in 2020. LG just has a bad habit of lagging behind the competition when it comes to some things, because there's no reason at all for those bezels to be that thick around the sides. But overall, the screen itself is absolutely beautiful. The 1080p Full HD plus HDR10 plus POLED display is beautiful, and I like it a lot. And it gets adequately bright. Like the last LG phone I used, I think it was the G8 and the 40. The screen didn't get that bright enough for me. I had it at max brightness, and it still wasn't that bright. But this screen, I don't have to put it up that high for it to be nice and bright for me. It gets very, 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 very bright, and I'm impressed. All right, now, next thing, the thing that confuses me about this, there's no face unlock on here. Now, I don't understand that. LG had always put face unlock on their prior devices. I don't know why with the last 2 or 3, and even with that LG Wing, there's no face unlock. Now, you got a front-facing camera. Why isn't there any face unlock on the phone? I don't get it, LG. I mean, this is supposed to be a flagship device. A face unlock is like the regular thing. Like even budget phones have face unlock. So I'm not understanding that. So that's very disappointing, not only to me, but a lot of other people that like LG products. Of course, you do have Android 11 now. I just got my Android 11 this week. Excuse me. But LG, like I said, is slow as usual when it comes to software updates. Now, I don't know why in the world I should just be getting Android 11 in March when that came out, I think during the summer of last year. But LG has always been very, very slow and very, very poor when it comes to software and security updates. But it does have Android 11. And let me say this about the performance. This phone performs like a champ. No problems whatsoever. Nice and fast, nice and smooth. Everything opens up really quickly. No issue at all with performance. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Nice and smooth. No problems. Love it. So you're not going to have any issues with performance. No lag, nothing. At least I haven't experienced any. All right. So the phone runs like a champ. It runs like a flagship device is supposed to run. So no issues with performance. Performance is excellent. All right, of course, you're getting the flagship chipset, the Snapdragon 865 from last year. And like I said, the performance is excellent, it's fast and smooth. You're getting IP68 water and dust resistance. So basically, if you drop this in 5 feet of water for 30 minutes, you'll be fine. You're getting expandable memory. Now, this has always been one of LG's best things they've done is they've always kept expandable memory in the device. And you could expand this memory in this device up to 2 terabytes. Samsung for some reason decided to take expandable memory away from their premium devices and only put them in their budget and mid-tier devices, which I got a major problem with. And any of you out there that like Samsung products and you like flagships, you should have a major problem with that also. LG still gives you the most expandable memory, and they've always given us the most expandable memory. Even with my LG G4, 2 terabytes of expandable memory. Okay, when a terabyte SD card was unheard of. Okay, they weren't even making them. So that's something. If you're the type of person that you need the SD card slot, you need expandable memory, you're gonna have plenty of that with this 2 terabytes. That's unlimited storage basically. All right, it comes with also 128 gigs of internal storage, which is a good. It's a good spot, but I think right now for flagships they should all start out at 256, especially those that are taking away the slot. Now I'm okay with it being 128 in this because they're giving you 2 terabytes of expandable memory, so it's cool. Also getting 8 gigs of RAM, which is good. You know, it doesn't have to have 12. Now I'm spoiled by 12, but 8 gigs of RAM is good. It's better than 6, so I'll take that over 6. And the 5,000 milliamp battery that comes in this is absolutely phenomenal. 2 days of heavy usage. I'm a power user. This battery is phenomenal. If you want a phone that's going to last you 2 days, excuse me, and for those that use your phone light to medium, you could probably get 2.5 to 3 days. So the battery life in this phone is absolutely phenomenal. I absolutely love it. The dual stereo speakers on here are very, very good. Not the best, but they're good. They're nice and loud. They got some good sound to them. So I do like them, especially as opposed to the LGV30 that I had that sounded absolutely awful. And also the speakers on the LG G8X were absolutely horrendous. They were terrible. Okay. So you'll love the dual stereo speakers on this device. Also, one of my favorite things that has disappeared from all flagship phones except LG is the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now, I know I'm not the only one that cares about that headphone jack. I know there's a lot of people, especially these YouTubers, saying, oh, it's not a big deal. I've made the conversion over to Bluetooth. Well, I'm glad you've made the conversion. I'm glad you're happy, and I'm glad you're satisfied with Bluetooth. However, I'm a wired connection type of guy. I love the quality that a headphone jack gives you with a wired connection. Okay. I'm also the kind of person that likes options. I'm about options. I want to have the option of a headphone jack and also Bluetooth, so I could go either way. Now I know with the premium devices they removed all the headphone jacks, but with the budget and the mid-tier devices, mid-range devices, they keep putting the headphone jack on there. That's what makes me angry. You're paying over $1,000 for a premium device, and you mean to tell me I can't have a headphone jack? Now, just because you remove the headphone jack does not mean I'm going to go out and buy your earbuds for $150 to $200. I'm not doing it. That's insane. You don't have to buy these companies' earbuds because they took away the headphone jack and try to charge you up the wazoo for earbuds. That's ridiculous. You can get a nice, good quality sounding pair of wireless earbuds for like $25. I know I have. Now, I'm not an audiophile, and maybe to those that are audiophiles or those that are really sensitive to certain ways they want their music to sound, you rather pay $500 or $1,000 for some headphones. I'm not that guy. You know, I like good quality sound, and you don't have to spend that kind of money to get good quality sound out of some earbuds. But I don't like the fact that they taken away the headphone jack. I'm glad LG has not only kept the headphone jack, but then on top of that, you get the 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC that's built into that, so it just enhances your audio experience. Okay, it just makes it all that much better. This is the best audio experience, just above Xiaomi, because Xiaomi is right on their heels when it comes to quality sound. Because like I said before, that's just my opinion, and some may disagree. But unless you have both, you're not going to be able to say that. But LG has always been leading the industry when it comes to audio sound coming out of a cell phone. It's just phenomenal. That 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC is awesome. Of course, you get your in-display optical fingerprint sensor, which is not the best, but it does work. And the thing about it, it has a nice animation, and it has some haptic feedback, which Samsung don't have on their premium devices or any of their device that has a in-display fingerprint sensor. So I do like the fingerprint sensor on here. Like I said, it could use a little bit more improvement, but it's pretty good. All right. Now, wireless charging, of course, is not the fast. I think it's 15 watts. It charges your phone like 2 hours and 45 minutes from 0 to 100%. So it's behind the times. Everybody, nowadays everything is fast, wireless charging, and they're still lagging behind when it comes to wireless charging. Also, quick charge 4.0, it's slow. It takes you almost 2 hours to fully charge a device. The old technology of fast charging. I don't know why LG didn't put faster charging speeds on this phone, which they should have, but like I said, they just don't keep up with the competition, unfortunately. But I know everybody don't care about that. Some people think that these faster charging speeds degrade the battery a lot faster. Well, I have a few phones that have super fast charging, and I still get over a day of battery life in all those phones. So um, I can't say if that's really true or not. Now, I know the phone heats up a little bit, but it's nothing like having to have to charge your phone in a hurry and being able to do it when you have super fast charging. But this, it'll charge your phone adequately, but it's just slow. It's just behind the times. All right, and let's talk about these cameras. Now, the cameras on this phone are great. I did that. I put some pictures up with my full review of this device. They look really really good. 64 megapixel main lens, 13 megapixel ultra wide, 3 megapixel time of flight sensor. Also, you can shoot at 8K at 30 frames per second, 4K at 60, and 1080p at 60 on the rear cameras. And you got a 10 megapixel selfie camera that shoots at 4K at 30. Now, no 4K at 60, unfortunately, which is something they could always change with a software update. But I don't believe they have, because I have to check, but I don't think they updated that. But this thing takes phenomenal pictures. LG has always taken, phones have always taken great pictures. Like my V30. When I've taken that on vacation, I've taken a lot of pictures with that phone. I looked back at it not too long ago, and I thought a professional had taken these videos and pictures. They was just that phenomenal. Like, they really were phenomenal. So LG has always made great cameras. They have a pro video mode where you could really, really do some great things, editing. Like if you're a type of person that's really heavily into photography and all of that, this is a good phone for that, because you're going to get, you'll have some great video and photo capabilities on this phone. So basically, that was my take on the LGV60 in 2021. Should you still consider picking this device up? I would say definitely yes. It's definitely worth it, especially because of the price, and it's also a flagship, and you're getting everything except, it's missing like a few things that probably not going to matter to the majority of people. Like, most people going to say 1080p is enough. I don't need quad HD. Okay, you're going to say I'm good with 60 hertz. I don't need 90 hertz refresh rate. So you're not going to care about it. You're not going to care that you don't get any headphones in the box and that you don't get a case and all that. So you're not going to care about that. So everybody's different. So, but I'm saying, just for the most part, it's fully loaded. It comes with a lot of customization. Some people not care about not having face unlock because they're like, it's not secure anyway. So who cares? So it just depends on you. But you do get a lot for your money. And like I said, it's very, very cheap now. You can get it for under $400 and just buy it outright. You don't have to go through your carrier. You don't have to end up paying full price. You could just pay it for almost dirt cheap prices and get a great flagship, top of the line device that runs like a champ. Also, the software has been vastly improved. It looks more and more like Samsung's One UI. Okay, I don't seem like LG has always been one that kind of copies Samsung when it comes to a lot of things, but the UI looks really really good. Okay, they've cleaned it up. It's more organized and it looks much nicer overall. But it can still stand for a little bit more improvement. A little more one-handed usability would be nice. So that's something they could improve on. If they keep making devices, I'm hearing now they may stop making smartphones altogether. I hope that's not the case, but they're having issues with they keep losing billions of dollars every year with the smartphones now. I think a lot of it has to do with advertising and the marketing has just not been good, and also their software updates are just horrendous. Like they just don't keep up on their devices, and you got to keep up with the competition. It matters. Okay. All right. So that was my take on the LG V60 5G in 2021. Should you pick it up? Absolutely yes. If you love LG, or if you're somebody that want to try LG for the first time and you want to check out their top of the line flagship device, definitely check this out. Now, I do want to tell you all this. I will be getting that LG Wing soon. I definitely am intrigued by that phone, so I'll definitely be checking that out soon. All right, please like and subscribe if you found this video useful and helpful to you. Also, once again, I will be giving away a smartphone once I reach 1,000 subscribers. So I do want to thank each and every one of you for your support, and that's my way of thanking you for supporting my channel. Please make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload a video. I do appreciate your support, and I hope you all are doing well and keep it safe out there. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.